Thank you, sir. All right, gang. Thank you for hitting another Zoom with us. We're going back to back to back just to get the information out there, keep the momentum rolling. Let's give some backdrop for today. This conversation is very specific. It's going to be a analytical and strategic conversation around how to maximize the incentive plan as a full-time, multiple six-figure a year earning networker. Whether you want to become that or you already have done that, that's what we're going to talk about. If you do not understand networking incentive plans, there's a really good chance that you're going to get, lost in this conversation. And that's completely okay. Because how I'm going to share it tonight is not how I would share it to the average everyday person who is just looking to sorry guys, I'm trying to save the new version of what we're talking. It's not working. How I'm going to save it tonight is not going to be how I would normally save it or share it to the average everyday person who doesn't understand incentive plans. There's a distinction between those two ideas. I don't want to overwhelm people that don't really understand these types of plans, but we also have to go through this information for the 1% of people who do understand them. So it's there, it's available, and you'll feel good about it and you're excited about it because, man, I'll tell you what we have is, in my opinion, with the new model, the new plan, I'm going to use the word sexy. I love it. I absolutely love it because I love it because of the behaviors it drives. I love it because of who it drives to do what, and paying the right people for doing the right behaviors. So if you're a little bit lost on the way, don't worry about it. You want to learn what behaviors to do to make money. And this conversation, we'll talk a little bit about that, but it's going to go super deep and be analytical. Second thing I'll share. This is my first time sharing it, I guess second time sharing it publicly, but it's my first time doing it in the deeper detail that I'm going to do it. So, I'm going to get better as time goes on in my delivery of how to make it more simplified and more intelligent for the listener. So with that, let's dive in. First that you want to know about all incentive plans, not just ours, but all incentive plans, is this: percentages don't matter. Marketing messages and behaviors do. Let me tell you the difference between a 5-figure a year and 6-figure a year network marketer and a 7 and 8-figure a year. The 5 and 6-figure a year people talk about percentages. The 7 and 8-figure a year builders, they know every incentive plan pays out about the same. What behavior does it drive so that people can make money? What marketing message does it have so that people will join? Because if incentive plan A pays out 99%, but only 100 people join, and incentive plan B pays out 10%, but 100,000 people join, who's going to make more money? But the good news is, I feel that we're maximizing both the percentages in the right place with the marketing messages, and most importantly, the behaviors. So first thing somebody has to do is obviously enroll, okay? On the left half over here, you have enrollment licenses that are what we call promoters. So this group over here are all promoters. There's affiliate promoters, there is affiliate manager promoters, there's influencer promoters, there's influencer pro promoters. A vendor which this word will likely will change to a store. So a store, they're gonna in the short term purchase a $1 license, and then there's a Rewards Plus member, which is a customer on steroids who's also gonna have a license. So we just kind of put them over there, and then you see each of them has a subscription to our SaaS platform. So these are all different revenue buckets for you: license revenue, subscription revenue, and then obviously all of the product purchases that are going to be going on all through your own customers, through the customers of the people in the team that you are building. Another important point of tonight, I'm communicating this as if everybody is a team builder. So I'm talking to you as, hey, Nick, I want to make $250,000 to $500,000 a year or more. So that's the context that I'm driving in terms of today's message. So if you want to launch correctly, and I mean launch, you want to build a team of influencer pros out of the gates. And as you build a network of influencer pros, those influencer pros, they're going to recruit influencers, affiliate managers, affiliates. Then they're going to go get you your vendors. Because only an influencer pro, I repeat, only an influencer pro can go grab vendors. So what can an influencer do? They can build a team. They can get customers. They can maximize the incentive plan, but they cannot get vendors. What can an affiliate manager do? They can get customers and they can get level 1 affiliates, no level 2, just level 1 affiliates. What can an affiliate do? An affiliate can go get customers. So I'm going to reverse the order. What can an affiliate do? Get customers. What can an affiliate manager do? They can get customers and get affiliates. What can an influencer do? They can build a team around the world, max out the incentive plan, but they cannot get vendors. What can an influencer pro do? They can do all of it. What can a vendor do? Well, they can put a store up. Now, here's a question. Could you be an influencer pro and also buy a vendor license? The answer is yes. So you might want to build a team around the world, but you also have your own product that you want to throw in a store. You have your own swag. You have your own courses. You can do both. That's for the most talented of people. And I want to point something out. People underestimate that if you're going to be a top leader, it's probably very likely as a top leader that you're going to have a store that sells something. Maybe not now, maybe not a year from now, but as you and your organization mature and as you get more refined, you might just launch your own t-shirts to your team. You might launch your own swag. You might launch, again, your own courses. That's 2 different buckets of income that are coming. People don't think that through because they're just looking at, oh, what percentage do you have in the 7th level versus this company's percentage in the 7th level? I'm like, yeah, you don't get it. So I want you guys to really process that as we move forward. Okay, throughout your team, you're going to have people that are just going to focus on getting customers, okay? The license type for that, who only get customers, those are affiliates, right? So all of your affiliates can only get customers. All of your customer rewards members, your Rewards Plus members can only buy from themselves. So there's going to be a lot of people through your network, even if it's not you, even if it's not people you refer, through your network, you're going to get a bunch of affiliates who say, don't come at me with that building a team nonsense. All I want to do is I want to go to your marketplace. I want to find offers that I like, that align with me stylistically, that align with my brand, and I'm going to sell them. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you have a beauty and fitness based affiliate who's got a huge, or not huge, who's got an 8,000 person following on Facebook, 7,000 on Instagram, 9,000 on TikTok. So they're a nano influencer with high engagement. They say, oh, you know what? I think I could get a lot of men to buy this. And women, candidly. Wow, look at this direct bonus. 61? 61? Y'all, that's 30%. That's a 30% bonus to the person selling it. It's massive. Okay, great. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to hustle. I'm going to make content. I'm going to make videos. I'm going to push out videos. I'm going to do unboxing. I'm going to show the product. I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to do all of it. Because if I can sell 50 of these bad boys, 60 times 50 is $3K. I just made $3,000 selling the hair regrowth kit. You, as the upline team builder, you're getting little pieces, Well, how much? Well, $31 is going to go into the marketplace commissions. We'll talk about that later. And you're going to get your 4%. You're going to get your 2% differential. You're going to get your 6% differential, depending what status you are. So as this person's selling hair regrowth kits, you're picking up $2, $2, $2, $3, $3, $3 as one of the upline team builders. Maybe you get somebody that's a coffee maniac who falls in love with this amazing product right here. The Rejuvenate NAD plus rejuvenating coffee. $10 on 47. Looks like they're paying out 20%, 22% to the person who sold it. Cool. I'm going to go sell 100 of these things through my social media. Now, as a team builder, I know that you're like 100 customers. You're out of your mind. I haven't got 100 customers in my 30-year career of network marketing. Yeah, we know. Times have changed. There's a lot of people who are social media influencers that drive hundreds of customers to products every day. So if I'm a coffee maniac and I fall in love with this product and I'm funny, charismatic, I'm shooting good videos, I'm making it work, I just made 100 times 10, I just made $1,000. Well, look, $20 is going to go into the marketplace commissioning to the upline team builders. So you're making your $1, $2, $2, $2, $3, $3, $3 off every unit that's happening. By the way, this is the same social media influencer I'm talking about. They moved the hair kit. They moved the coffee. Remember I said they're a beauty and a fitness influencer? Affiliate bundle, Fierce Immunity, $20 direct bonus. They go and move 20 of these. There's another $400. Right now, this affiliate of yours, who's a nano influencer, has made $3,500 this month for all the content they pushed out. Then they say, ooh, beard and face cleansing kit, $15 per. Let me go ahead and move 30 of those. There's another $450. So this is how a customer gatherer, this is how a nano influencer, this is how one of your affiliates is going to make $500 a month, a week, or a day with no team ever. Let me go in an extreme different direction. We're going to have companies that sell exercise equipment. And those companies are going to sell a $5,000 piece of exercise, a $5,000 piece of exercise equipment. If I'm a fitness enthusiast and I fall in love with that product and they're willing to pay me a $1,000 direct bonus, and I sell 5 of those things this month to my 14,000 person social media following, boom, I just made $5 grand. Are you guys getting this? But you, as the upline team builder, on a $1,000 one, you're probably picking up $50, $50, $50, $50. So I hope you're understanding that piece of the business. We will never be the old school business model of get in, buy just enough amount of stuff to cover your requirements and never get a customer. That's not who we are. We're a customer machine. We pair off with stores. We find the right people that want to rep those products and they go get them customers. That's our business model. So you're going to have people in your team that have 300, 400, 500 customers that you're going to get paid off. One person. And for some of you guys, that's crazy, but that's how it works today with the influencer marketplace. Okay, I'm going to check into the Q&A just for a quick check-in. See if there's anything on that. Okay, I see whatever starts with says off-topic question, so I'm not going to read it. I'll come back to it, Joyce. All right, store developers. This will be the smallest portion of successful people in our team. A person who says, I'm only going to get stores, I don't get customers, and I don't go get, I don't build a team. I'm just hoping that if I go get stores and put it up here, that somebody else is going to sell it. And when they sell it, I'm going to take my 3% developer bonus. This is a long-term, almost like residual payout style. It's going to take a lot of stores. And the person who's going to focus on store developing knows, hey, I'm going to go get a lot of stores, take a little bit of money for each one. And if one of them goes and blows up, great, I'm happy. But please don't think because you went and got a store, you're getting rich. You can only do this if you're an influencer pro. You will get 3% of the CV for every transaction of that store, not from your team, but from any team, anywhere in the world. Okay, so let's say theoretically you had 10 vendors who are doing $25,000 a month in CV, aka $250,000 a month in CV. Hey, you made $7,500 a month, 90 grand a year. Fail it by 90%, 750 bucks extra a month, 9 grand a year. Or do this another way. I got 100 vendors, and those 100 vendors were only doing 2,500 in CV per month. It still comes out to 7,500 per month and 90 grand a year. I'm going to repeat. This will be a very small percentage of the team. Business development is hard. It's difficult. Okay. There will be people, though, who are B2B experts that are going to go crazy getting stores, and they might hit a couple lottery stores. And if they hit a couple lottery stores, we might have people that make $1 million a year off store development, but they will be the smallest percentage. Okay. Let's talk to you, the team builder. But hey, you, the team builder, are you going to have customer getters? You better have thousands of them. Are you going to have store developers? Absolutely. That's how you're going to get a bunch of stores in your team. Are you going to have people that do all of the things? Absolutely. You're going to have people that do all of the things. All right. Let's talk first about your status. How do I hit status? How do I achieve status? How do I maintain status? You'll see there's 5 buckets here. So you're moving from team influencer to global influencer, T1, T2, 3, you get the idea. Okay. You must have your subscription. You must achieve your customer count each month. You must have your PQV. I'm gonna pause there for a moment. Your subscription, $40 a month. Your customer count goes from 1 all the way to 20. Here's a really important bullet point. If you refer a customer rewards, dang it. If you refer a rewards plus member, and that's a customer who chooses to take the cash rebates, that counts as a customer. I don't know how hard it's going to be for you to get 10 people to buy from themselves and take the cash back rebates. It shouldn't be hard. Okay. You also get to count any of your personal affiliates, their customers, towards your customer count, because an affiliate doesn't need a customer count. So that might look like this. Here's you. And let's say you have 10 affiliates, 10 of them. Well, if they all had 2 customers each, that's 20 customers. You can count all 20 of them. You also get to count your regular customers, and you also get to count your Rewards Plus customers. So that's what we mean by this customer count right here. Your personal qualifying volume is the total of all of your purchases and your personal customer purchases in any given month. Now, your overall volume is the total of all of the CV, or you could total up the PQV of every individual in your team. And that's how you're going to go from 100 all the way to 2 million and beyond. And then lastly, this is for people that understand comp plans. If you don't, you need to go deeper on this with somebody else, but we're going to teach you on the way. Just again, I'm going to say this again. If you don't understand comp plans, just start here and run this way as fast as you can. You'll learn, as the money starts coming in, you'll be like, oh, what do I get this one for? What do I get that one for? Okay, now, in order to continue to advance your status, at first, you can do it with 0 to 1 teams. Here, you need 2 or more teams, but you can't count more than 75% of volume out of any one team towards your rank advancement or your status advancement. Then it's going to go to 60%. Then it's going to go to 50%. Then it's going to drop to 40%. Let me give you an example. If you were a D3, it says 50% rule. That means you need 500,000 in OV. Let's say you had 5 great teams or good teams. This one over here, let's say it's 350,000. Well, that's over 50% that you can count. So even though it's 350, you can only count 250 of it towards your status. The other 250 or more must come from here. Well, that's not fair. Of course it's fair. Why should you go all the way to the top because somebody else underneath you is running all the volume? You got to have some balance. But you can hit all the way to the top if you have 3 good teams. You go all the way to the top of 3 good teams. Would I only enroll 3? Guys, if you only enroll 3, let me tell you where you're going to land. You're going to be hanging out right here for the rest of your life. I think this is probably people who enroll 5, people that enroll 15, so 5 to 15, people that enroll 15 to 25, people that enroll 25 to 50, and people that enroll 50 to 100 personals. You only need 3 great ones, but why would you risk it? Enroll 100 to find your 3. I'm just throwing guesses out there. You have to have 3, but man, you can run. If you don't want to risk it, enroll as many as you can. Because if you enroll 100 personals as influencer pros, you're going to be hanging out up here at Diamond and Global. Let's do a quick check-in. Okay, looks like we're good. Let's keep it rolling. Okay, I'm going to call out the licenses and the subscriptions again, just to refresh you. We're going to start talking about license bonuses right now. Okay. Obviously, these ones, I wouldn't worry about. You're not going to be taking the wife out to dinner off that. So the real license bonus money is going to come from here, here, and here. Couple different ways we pay license bonuses. Number one, we pay 20% to any affiliate manager, influencer, or influencer pro. This example is an influencer pro. You should be duplicating your team with influencer pro. They refer an influencer. They're going to make 20% license bonus, which is $100 here and $100 here. Okay. So take a look. I'm gonna go back a slide because I want to call something out. Here's an influencer pro license, $7.99. Well, of the 800, $500 is your influencer pro license to Shapley, and $300 is a product credit for a promoter pack of your choice. So that's going to trigger 2 bonuses every time you refer one of these licenses. It's going to trigger the license bonus of 100, 200, and 300, but it's also going to trigger the product package, promoter a pack bonus of 70, 70, 70. So in this case, this influencer pro made $510 for 3 referrals, and they received $300 or more of product. It's going to be more than $300 that they're going to get, but they're only paying $300. So if you guys do the math on this, they just made $510 for their $500 license, and the last $300 got converted to product. This is your return on investment, if you will. So you're getting 20% when you sell a license and $70 per promoter pack. Side note, can an affiliate who joins for $1, could they also buy a $300 promoter pack? The answer is yes. Could an affiliate manager who joins for $100 also buy a $300 affiliate pack? The answer is yes. Promoter pack. The answer is yes. Inside of, by the way, an influencer, they're going to get a $200 influencer license plus a $300 promoter pack. So every license can buy a promoter pack, or they're receiving a product credit towards a promoter pack. So every time a new person joins, the person who sells it is getting a 20% license bonus, and they're getting a $70 promoter pack. However, every time a license is acquired, there is license differentials that are paid to statuses of team builders. So every time a license pops in your team, money is flowing. Every time a promoter pack that's tied to that license, that's tied to that enrollment gets redeemed, money is flowing. So both of those are flowing at the exact same time. All right, this is an eyesore, but I'm going to show you what these mean in a moment. I'm assuming all of you are here because you understand comp plans, but also people that understand comp plans are here to make money. So I'm going to show you diamond influencer hypotheticals, money. But here's how this works. 30% of each license is dropped in to these differentials. 30% of each license is dropped into these differentials. The other 20% is paid to the person who sold it. What's 30 plus 20? 50. So the company takes 50% of the license, and the team takes 50% of the license. That's fair. 20% goes to the person that sells it. 30% is going to the team builders. This right here is going to add up to 80%. I'll show you where the other 20% is in a few more slides. So 30% of a $500 license, which is an Influencer Pro, is $150. So there's $150 every time an Influencer Pro comes on board that has to get paid out here. So if you're a diamond influencer and you sign somebody up, so you're a diamond, you enroll someone, you're going to make the 20%. Congratulations, which is the $100. But now, as they start referring other influencer pros, you're making 10, 20, 30, 40, 46, 52, 62, 70. You're making 70% of the $150. Sounds like about $100 each. So you made 100 enroll this person, 200, 300, 400. Oh, okay, now they're T2. So now you're making 70% minus 10, which is 60% off everyone that's enrolling through here. Oh, they hit T3. Now you're making 50%. Oh, your new person here advanced to Mic 1. Now you're making 40% off all the action that's coming through this enrollment line. Question: how many enrollment lines can you have? Answer: unlimited. You can have unlimited enrollment lines. Okay, real question. I'm going to look in the comments here for an answer. If you want to be a diamond influencer based on what I told you a minute ago, how many people are you going to need to enroll? In my opinion, at least. Let me see who's paying attention. 50 to 100. Tito says 100. I think you're going to need 100 to get to here. I think it's going to be somewhere between 50 to 100 to get here. So maybe it's 70. So you're going to have 70 enrollment lines that you're making anywhere from 4% to 70% of every one of these $150 that drop into your team. Boom, boom, boom. 4% if you have a diamond underneath you. 70% if they're not even a T2 yet. Well, what if they're a Mac 3? Well, then you're going to make this 4 plus this 4. You're going to make 8% off all of those. Let me show you this now in a hypothetical example. I'm going to use 10 enrollment lines, not 50, not 100, 10. That's very fair. 10 is very fair. So we're going to say you're a Diamond 2 influencer. The volume there is 250K. The volume that I show below is probably more like that you're doing like 325 a month in volume. What this example states is that you personally have 2 Mac 3s, 2 Mac 1s, 2 Mic 2s, 2 Mic 1s, 2 T3s, and that's your team. That's your 10 lines, your 10 enrollment lines. Can you have 30 enrollment lines? Heck to the yes. Can you have 40? You know it. Can you have 100? Let's go. I'm giving you an example of 10 enrollment lines. What we're saying is you have 2 enrollment lines who enroll 5 new influencer pros in their teams each. You'd make $750 off that. You have 2 micro influencer ones who do 15 news each. You'd make $1,800. You got two Mic 2s who do 15 each, $13.50. You got two Mac 1s who do 50 each, $13.50. You got two Mac 3s with 80 each, $1,000 each. So you just made $6,210 off 10 lines. Here's what you guys are going to learn in our relationship. I will never BS you with hypotheticals that are outrageous. You might be thinking, Nick, that's crazy. I'll never have 80 new people that join. Well, then you'll never be a D2 because you're going to have, it's impossible for you not to have 100, 200, 300 new people joining if you're a D2. Well, how do I get there? Different conversation. We're talking about the fact that you are there and you just made $6,010 off 10 enrollment lines, not 20, not 50. Well, what if I only have 3 enrollment lines? Sorry. You should expect to make way less. Let's keep going. I'm gonna refresh your memory, but we're gonna talk subscriptions now. Subscriptions, $10, $20, $30, $40, $100, $7. All of these are going to be all throughout your marketplace connections, your boom, 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 boom. And it's going to be all over the place as to how much each subscription is coming in. Meaning you might have 500 of these, 500 of these, 500 of these, 100 of these, 100 of these, and 200 of these. I don't know how it's going to look. All I can do is take an average of all of them and then tell you that we pay out 50% of each license. Half. We pay out half of each license. So I'm going to have to show you an average of all of these licenses, and you're going to see how I do this. Okay, let's talk behavior. A T2 to a Mac 3, these are the people who are absolutely positively in the trenches driving the most amounts of new enrollments. A Mac 1 is the entry level into leadership. A diamond is a full-blown leader. A global is a massive leader. So what we did is we pushed the license money, more of it, to the T2s, 3s, the Mics, and the early Macs. And the subscriptions don't start until Mac 1. Why? Well, let's just think clearly of the definition of an enrollment versus a subscription. An enrollment states, I'm brand new. Somebody presented and signed me up. A subscription states, I'm still here. The people that are still here, usually it's because a diamond has spent 50 hours a week training, developing, creating systems, personal growth, personal development, running events, community, culture, growth. And that's the job of a diamond. That's the job of a Mac 3. We start to teach it, and the word's leadership, we start to teach it at Mac 1. So if the job of a diamond is to keep the people, they should be paid to keep the people. And that's what we do. So let's take a look. We're now going to talk about subscription differentials. How it works is 50% of each subscription. So an Influencer Pro, for example, is $40. We will take $20 for every single Influencer Pro, every single month, and we will pay it out here. You'll notice that this only totals 80%. I'm going to show you the other 20% in a minute. So what this states is that a Mac 1 is going to get 13% off every subscription in their entire team outside of any other Mac 1 in their team. A Diamond 2 is going to make anywhere from 9% all the way to 19, 30, 42, 55% off every subscription. Remember, every subscription is imported at 50%. Guys, just think about this. If you're a D2 and you've got 100 Influencer Pros in one team, well, that's 100 times 20 times that 50, whatever I just said, 50 something percent. That's $1,000 a month residual just for that team. You might be thinking, well, that's off Influencer Pros. What about the 1,000 customer rewards members you have? What about the 1,000 affiliates that you have? Like, it starts to get really interesting. And I'm going to be very straightforward with you. If you came here to build something stable as a leader, this part of the pay plan is for you. If you will develop, maintain, retain, keep the people, pour into them, hold the community, grow them as individuals, you will have a stable residual income off this right here. Let's take a look. It's the exact same team that you had a moment ago, all of the same statuses, 2 Mac 3s, 2 Mac 1s, 2 Mic 2s, 2 Mic 1s, and 2 T3s. It's only 10 lines. Craig, how many lines are you going to have? Tito, how many enrollment lines are you going to have? Stacy, how many enrollment lines are you going to have? Everybody, tell me in the notes here, how many enrollment lines you going to have in the Q&A? Craig said 100 plus. Tito said 100 plus. Stacy, how many for you?
As many as I can.
Give me a number.
I'd say 75 at least.
75. This example is only 10. This example is only 10. And this is reality. You have 2 Mac 3s, which is estimated at 1,000 members for each of your Mac 3s. Guys, you won't have a Mac 3 unless they have 1,000 members. It's mathematically impossible. You won't be a Diamond 2 unless you got some Mac 3s who've got 1,000 members. All I can do is guess. So I'm guessing that the average subscription ranges from $7 to $99. I'm choosing $20 as an average. Do you guys think that's fair? Or do you think I'm outrageous here by saying, all right, you're going to have vendors at 99, Influencer Pros at 20, 40. You're going to have a bunch of rewards members at 7. I'm choosing an average of 20, which will import at $10. Here's your back-end residual, a 6-figure income off 10 lines. All you got to do is take the differentials, the numbers I just showed you. You take 2,000 people times the difference between a D2 and a Mac 3, multiply it times a $10 import, it comes out to 3,800. You take 500 members times an import of $10 times the difference between a D2 and a Mac 1 on their subscription differentials. Let me show you. Here's the difference between a D2 and a Mac 3. The difference is 19%. Here's the difference between a D2 and a Mac 1. It's 19 plus 11 is 30, plus 12 is 42, plus 13 is 55 freaking percent. Hello. You know, Y'all, you want to have 50 lines of Mac 1 or 20 lines of Mac 1s. Excuse me. You don't make the last 13. 19 plus 11 plus 12. The Mac 1 makes the 13. So 43%. I apologize. So take a look at this group. These Mac 1s right here, these 500 times $10 times that 40 something percent, that's $2,000 a month residual to you. Here's another grand. Here's another 800. Here's another 500. Are we tracking this now? Are we having a good time? Are we like, holy cow, back end residual? The license bonuses are paying. They're paying people who are sponsoring. They're paying people that are rolling. They're paying people that are building. They're paying people that are that are presenting. The subscription differentials, they're paying people that are leading. They're paying people that are building systems to retain. It's paying people that are growing humans. It's paying people that are pouring into the community to maintain the community. Okay, remember when I said it was 80%, 80%? So there's a 20% missing. That's right here. Okay. The 20% that's left is in a check match of every subscription check and every license differential check. Dang it. Every subscription check and every license differential check. It is impossible for me to do a hypothetical on this. So I'm just giving you an estimate. What does this mean? You're a D2. And underneath you, you have a mic 3. You're going to earn all of this, which is 10, 18, 20%. You're going to earn that full 20%. 10, 18, 20. Yep. As a check match off everyone in this mic 3's team, off their license differential check and their subscription differential check. So, hear me out. If the mic 3 has 25 people in the team that have a license differential check that month, you're going to get a check match of 20% on all 25 of these checks. $50, $50, $80, $80, $60, $60, $40, $40. Let's say you're a D2 and you have a Mac 3. Sorry, I know this is getting messy, but you have a Mac 3 and you have 75 people that get a license differential check. Well, you're going to earn 6% times all 75 of those people's checks. Let's say in that Mac 3's team, there's a handful of people. Ooh, my battery's about to die. That could have been bad. There's a handful of people, 10 people that have a subscription differential check. Well, you're going to make 6% times all 6 of those people. Or sorry, that handful of people, their subscription differential check. Again, if I'm confusing you, you don't understand comp plans, just know the money's there. Okay. Let's talk about, so personally, guys, if I'm being, open with you, I prefer to explain this part first. But in order to get a large base of customers, a large base of affiliates getting customers, a large base of customer rewards people buying from themselves for rebates, you have to have a team. So that's why I show, okay, go build a team. Well, once you build a team, it triggers a license bonus. It triggers a subscription bonus. That's why I show that part first. But we are in business for customers. We are in business for rewards plus members. We are in business for affiliates to get you 100 rewards members. As your team grows, you get to Diamond 2 here. You're getting paid off 7 waves of depth. And then a marketplace differential of 1 additional % per status, open line of any other D1 in your team. That's the technical jargon. So what this says is 1% differential all the way to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8%. So you're making anywhere from 1% to 8% on waves 8 to infinity. Open line of any other diamond, a diamond 1 influencer. Sorry, any other diamond 2 influencer. I forgot we're doing D2. So 9%, 9%. So if you are a diamond 2 and you have a Mac 3 right here, and that Mac 3 has a team that goes 30 waves deep, you're going to get paid the first 7 waves like this, and then you're going to make 2%, because here's your Mac 3, right? 1%, 2%. You're going to make 2% on wave 8 through 30. Let's say you're a D2 and you got a D1 in your team. Here's your D1. You're going to get paid your 7 waves on that D1 like this, and then you're going to make 1% wave 8 through 60 on that D1. So this bad boy, combined with the other 2 ways we pay, this thing's lights out, guys. So let me give you guys an example here. A D2 actually get paid off 7 waves. So this is a typo for us. Stace, I'm gonna have you grab your calculator real quick. We're gonna say that everyone in your 7 waves, well, first of all, it doesn't say the amount of total promoters in here. So if I remember correctly, we had 4,000 total promoters in here, or 2,000.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So there's 2,000 members. Oh, you do. You got one right here. Okay. So you got 2,000 members up here and 2,000 members below your 7th level. 2,000 members in your first 7, 2,000 below. So we're going to pay you an average of 4% on your first 7 waves, and we're going to pay you an average of 4%. It goes 1 to 8 or 1 to 9, so it's 4.5 in your waves 8 through infinity. So let's take 2,000 bodies. Let's multiply it times 75 in QV.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, it's still going to be multiplied times 4%.
Yep. 6,000.
6,000. So all this is just a typo. It doesn't affect the math.
Yep.
So 2,000 bodies inside of your first 7 waves. And then you got 2,000 bodies below your 7 waves. This is, again, you get 1% all the way to 9% on your differentials. So we just used 4 as an average. 2,000 members times 75 times 4%. Well, Nick, I'm not going to have 4,000 members. Then you're not going to be a D2. It's how they're interchangeable. So this isn't like a crazy example. That's how you're going to generate 12,000 a month in marketplace commissions. Okay. Lastly, on this, store development check match. You're going to earn a check match on every store in your team. So you're a D2. You have a team over here. That's a Mac 1. They're going to make the first 35%. You're going to make 17 plus the difference of 41 minus 35, which is 6. So you're making about 23%. 23% of what? Okay, here's your Mac 1 team. Your Mac 1 team has 50 stores. Do you remember earlier when I said the 3% of CV? Well, that 3% of CV is going to go to 50 people. You're going to get whatever their check is of that 3% of CV, you're going to check match all 50 of them. Well, you're a D2. Well, what if you've got a D1 and you're picking up 20 plus this 1%, you're picking up 21% on that D1. They have 500 stores. And you're going to pick a 20% check matchup on all 500 of the checks. $20, $20, $10, $10, $8, $8, $50, $50, $40, $20. I don't know yet, but I'm a good guesser. I feel like I've got good intuition, a good feel for incentive plans. This one right here is going to be the most underestimated, unsung hero in our incentive plan. Some of you are going to wake up in a year and go, what the hell just happened? Because you ended up with 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 stores and you're check matching all of them. 10%, 10%, 10%, 10% of the 3% check, 10% of the 3% check, 3% of CV. You're getting 10% of the 3% of CV check. It's just small amounts. But if you got 1,000 stores in your team, 10, 10, 10, 5, 5, 5, 8, 8, 8, 12, 12, 12, 20, 20, 20. Whoop. You're going to be happy. I did some math for you on this. I said, all right, you got 100 vendors, 5,000 a month in CV. It's 500,000 in CV times 3%. So your team who got those 100 vendors is making 15 grand a month. I took 30% of a check match, which is somewhere in the middle of here. That's $4,500 a month. Maybe it takes you to get 500 vendors times 1,000 in CV to get to 4,500 a month. What if you had 1,500 vendors and this is 15K per month? Crazy. I lowered it for this example. But for those of you guys that want to go enroll 50, 60, 70 people, you want to go out there and hit D2. Here was all of this added up. License differential, subscription differential, marketplace commissions plus the differentials. Those three hypotheticals, 26 grand. Wait a second, check match. Here's another 3 grand. Wait a second, I dropped your vendor development check match to 2,500. By the way, you do have some customers. Here is 400 grand a year. It won't pay all your bills, but it's a start. Some of you out there are saying, just give me 10% of that. Great. Go do 10% of what a D2 does. Some of you are going, I want to make this per month. Me too. Go do 10 times what a D2 does. 10 times, guys, 10 times a D2 is 5 million in OV. It's actually 2.5 million. You're global 3 and beyond with a bunch of enrollment lines, with a bunch of enrollment lines, with a bunch of enrollment lines. Okay, I want to show you guys 2 last things. Let me talk to you guys really quickly about the building block of your statuses. How are you going to build fast? In order to build fast, you have to focus on one thing. It's like, you guys ever played with Legos? You've ever played with blocks to build something? What's the building block? You want to create a factory stamping out what I'm going to show you next. What I'm going to show you next is Pro and Max Pro. Pro and Max Pro are the building block. It's what you're stamping out, a factory. Boom, 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 speed, 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 go, go, go. This qualification, this promotional item, these are the people that are going to get you your stores. These are the people that are going to get you rewards members. These are the people that are going to get you your smaller team builders, and they're going to do it fast. So this is the first look for all of you. Let's say somebody signs up as an influencer. We want them to go pro in 30 days or less, 30 days or less, 30 days or less, 30 days or less, 30 days or less. Well, what this means is that they refer 3 other influencers at $500. We will promote them to a license type of influencer pro. Okay, so they paid $500. They received a $300 pack. So it's they paid $200 for their license. They paid $500 total, $200 for their license. They got a $300 product pack. They referred 3 others and made $330 back. Not only did they make $330 back, they also got $300 in product, and also they're now going to get a $300 credit to an influencer pro license. So go pro, pay $500, refer 3 at $500, you get $300 in product, you made $330, and you get a $300 upgrade. Not a bad deal. Here's what else you get. Actually, I'm going to explain that last. Max Pro. For me, this is where I'm rolling. I also know that other countries need a lower price point, and I respect that. Max Pro is you start as Influencer Pro, you refer 3 Influencer Pros, 30 days or less, 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 30 days or less. You paid $800 total, $500 license, $300 product pack. You just made back your $500 for your license. And you got $300 in product. So you're back to even. You're the only one that can get vendors. But watch this, guys. If you do this in 30 days or less, you will receive 1.5x or double your marketplace commissions for the following 12 weekly cycles. You will receive double your marketplace commissions for the following 12 cycles, paid to you at the end of the 12 weeks. So let me give you an example of what this means. You're getting these people in, they're going Max Pro in 30 days or less, and they're building their team as fast as they can, but now they're thinking about what? Customers, 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 customers. Because their 2x multiplier, their double multiplier, is based on customers. This excludes differentials, just so you guys know. This is waves 1 through 7. When you look at the marketplace commissions, we'll click over there or click back there in a moment. So those marketplace commissions, if after you hit Max Pro, let's say it was only $30 in week 1. And then it was, Stacy, can you start calculating these? And then it was 70 in week 2. And then it was 120. And then it was 100. It went down. And then it was 100 again. And then it was 80. And then it was 20. And then it was 200. Something big happened, bunch of sales. We're now only 8 weeks in. Then it was 40. Then it was 20. Then it was 200. And then it was 400 because you knew to push because it's the last week. At the end of this, you got these checks already. At the end of this, we're going to total all this up. and we're going to pay it to you again as one big fat bonus check. Let's go. Come on. You tell me if we got a qualifier to drive people fast, and then to keep running after the 30 days. Guys, this is a way to keep people running for 4 straight months. Stacy, what did all this total, by the way? 700, 800?
1380.
So imagine you made your money back. You made a bunch of license bonuses, another $1,000 license bonuses. You made 1380, and then you made another 1380. Like you've made 5-6 grand in your first couple months on your side gig. This does not count your direct bonuses. I don't know how many of you are going to go out there and go grab customers like crazy, but if you do, you're making those direct bonuses. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the driver. Okay. Something obvious that you should see. Marketplace commissions are going to be 0 until after October 15th. So everybody who starts between September 3rd and October 15th, your first week, as long as you knocked out your Max Pro, your first week for the cycle will be that week of October 15th. So it's actually 12 weeks starting then. Do you know how much you can pre-build right now? You got all of August, all of September, half of October. Rod, we're gonna break the bank on this one, buddy. Jorge, you better done your math. Like this is gonna be sexy. If you're if you're looking for how do we fund the growth, this is how we fund the growth. I want to go check out the Q&A here because there better be some excited people in there. No comments. Okay. I'm excited. So, all right. Let's jump to Craig, you want to go ahead? Oh, nope. Lost him.
I pulled him in. I didn't know if he was going to talk at the end. So
yeah, Craig, if you want to go ahead on what we just shared, I'm going to give some behavior conversation in a moment. Do you want me to do that first and then just let you rant?
You keep going.
Okay. Last 2 pieces of behavior. Stace, can you pull up the marketplace commissions? Okay. You guys have clearly seen if you're going to build a team, you need to enroll. If you're not going to build a team, go get stores. If you're not going to build a team to go get stores, go get customers. You got to pick a lane. It can't be, hey, I'm just going to hang out and I'm going to get rich. I don't know how to hang out in anything and get rich. I don't know how that works. You got to work. Either go get the customers, go get the stores, or go build a team, or go do all 3. What you guys will see here. Can you zoom out? I feel like it's too tight. I can't, it's cut off on the sides. Is that me or is that you?
I think that's you.
It's me. Okay. I was thinking. So down here, these differentials, which kick in differentials kick in right here. So level 5 through infinity, level 6 through infinity, level 7 through infinity, level 8 through infinity. That's what these differentials are over here. The differentials, the license bonuses, the license differentials, so the marketplace differentials, the license differentials, and the subscription differentials, they all follow the enrollment tree. They all follow the enrollment tree. They all follow the enrollment tree. We also have a 30-day waiting room. So if you're an enroller that's going to go crazy enrolling people, this is going to be really fun. Because here's what you can do. Here's you. You've got your team. You're getting paid through your first 7 waves. This is wave 7. This is wave number 1. Over here, you have this cool little waiting room. And inside your waiting room, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new enrollees who are sitting on your first wave, and you're picking up, the license differentials, subscription differentials on your first wave. But here's how you can absolutely dominate this business model. You might take this person here, which is Tim, and you might say, you know what? Over here on my 6th wave, I've got Sue. And Sue and Tim live in the same city. And they're the same type of person, same demographic. I can't work with everybody nonstop around the clock. This is you. I'm being you in this scenario. So you place Tim right here to Sue. Well, here's what's going to happen. Sue is going to pick up 7 waves of marketplace commissions for Tim being placed to you. She's also going to count all of Tim's volume towards her status advancement. So every dollar placed underneath her from above, she gets to count towards her status advancement. So does she want Tim to win and succeed? Yes. She's getting paid 7 levels as well, up to 7 levels as well on the back end. However, you are picking up the license differentials for Tim's whole team based on Tim's status, not Sue's. You're picking up the subscription differentials, and get this, you're picking up the marketplace differentials based on your status minus Tim's status. What if you did this with all 5 of these people placed all over your organization? What if you did it with 20 people? What if you did it with 50 people? What if you did it with 100 people? And you put somebody down here on your 40th wave. And you said, hey, Bob, on my 40th wave, congratulations. You're getting it. Tom. And Bob's excited because all that volume is going to help Bob advance a status. He's also getting paid up to 7 levels in the marketplace commissions. Wait a second. Tom is picking up license differentials. Tom is picking up subscription differentials. Sorry, not Tom. You're picking up off Tom's new team. 100% on Tom's new team of the available, based on your status minus their status, of the available license differentials, of the available subscription differentials, and the marketplace differentials, all jumping up to you. We believe we have cracked the code on how to pull all of this together. Imagine you're working with these 5 in your waiting room. Max Pro, Max Pro, Max Pro, Max Pro, Max Pro. Great. Boom. You drop them in the team. You drop them in the team. You drop them in the team. We have figured out the balance between recruiting, team building, necessary management of support of people, status advancement, with customer rewards, and with customer gathering, all by helping every one of our store owners drive revenue into their store. I'm going to shut up and I'm going to kick it over to Craig, Stacy, Rod, anybody that wants to talk about what we put together here, because I want to get off the phone and I want to go start enrolling people. I want to start enrolling people now. Craig, are you ready to just go enroll some people?
Absolutely. Look, I think, yeah, the way I sort of describe it to people, if someone said, yeah, how would you describe the comp plan? I'd just say it's basically a royalties and business overrides model on all business activity you develop in the ecosystem, the Shoply ecosystem, and we have multiple business
Say
opportunities.
that again. That was so beautiful. Say it.
So I just say to people, like, Shoply's an ecosystem. There's 5 business models inside the ecosystem, and you will be rewarded with royalties and bonuses for the business development that you develop for the business. Customers for the shops, sales, bringing new influencers on, bringing new stores on, and you'll get remunerated, or you don't say that in America. Your commission will be based on the business that you develop. It's not any specific plan. It's a business override and royalties plan based on the business that you develop. And I think the key to this as a real sticky business model is the fact that we can create a shopping revolution where we get thousands of stores in every country around the world that are localized. We help them get customers. We teach people to shop for themselves in a cost of living crisis. People are looking for customer rewards programs that work and can help them save extra money, and all of that is connected to our licenses and our, I just think that our model is very, very sticky. Once we build out the stores and create, another platform for people that shop for themselves, imagine what will happen on the Black Friday sales, where all your store owners are giving off great promotions and you're out there promoting all the promotions, and then Cyber Monday 3 days later, then all the Christmas promotions. This model for me is the future. It's now we're moving out of beta and actually have a world-class relationship in regards to our integration into the Shopify ecosystem. It's sort of like the glue that brings it all together. And I think the rewards plan and the new, the customer rewards model, that's tried and tested already. Amex is an example. Rakuten is an example, which is an $11 billion company. I think it's like a big jigsaw puzzle that's been put together. And I think it's going to be incredibly exciting for people that see the vision. And, I'm really excited about the next 90-day launch. So thanks, Nick, for the presentation.
Well, guys, I want to take a second to, and I'm going to do this for the rest of our career. Craig has been behind the scenes, super instrumental with his business partner and helping us get to the right behaviors. That idea of the generationals that you could place anywhere as a leader, and those generationals come back up and you give up those 7 ways, that was driven, through Craig and Lyndon and their, years, decades of direct selling success. So thank you, Craig, not just for that idea, but all the value that you bring, because it's completely needed and what we're doing here. And guys, that one idea I think is a game changer. No one's ever seen it. Like, if I'm talking networker talk, nobody's ever seen a unit level like this. If you can go and roll 30, 40, 50, 60 enrollment lines, boom, 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 drop them in, whoof, whoof, whoof. And the people you drop them underneath are elated because that volume's increasing their money on their other teams by moving their status forward, and they're getting 7 levels. I think we nailed it. I can't wait to see. Stace.
Yeah, there's been a lot that's already been said, so I don't want to inundate people with too much more information. But, I just want to say that the thoughtfulness that's gone into rewarding the behaviors and the right people in the right places is what this compensation and incentive plan does. And, you guys have found a way for the affiliates and the social media influencers to get paid for their immediate 1-level rewards members that they bring in. And that's super important. Without that, you don't have that element for the social media influencers to have a place and a home within a team builder community and a network style marketing company. And that's what you guys have been able to do. And that's just one aspect that shows, okay, who are all the people that we have coming into our company. How do we reward each one so that they stay, they get the best bang for their buck, and will want to build? And what that means from a team builder standpoint is that entire ecosystem where everybody's being fed what they deserve, you're going to override that entire system. And because of the generational way that they've done things, there's not going to be these things in depth that you've placed that no longer hit your paycheck. And that's so, so intelligent and so smart, so that we're doing things for the right reason, right? You're giving somebody and you're placing them in depth because they're matched with that team in the right way, not because, you don't get paid. Sorry, I can't put them there. You're creating the right behaviors for the team and for the field to win. And when a corporate office does that and makes the right decisions, we're all going to win, you guys. And that's really what's happened. And it's so refreshing to see and amazing that the behaviors match one another. So thank you guys for all that you've done and all the hard work. I know that it's not easy, and it's a lot of time spent. So thank you guys.
Hey, I just want to say also, I'll echo your statements, Nick, about Craig and Lyndon. Also, I'll apply it to anyone that's been Mac 1 or higher with us, as we've talked through these over the last couple of weeks, 2, 3 weeks, as we got this polished up and tightened, ready to go. The last thing I'll state is everyone that's here on the call, my suggestion to you is when this recording comes out, make it your primer, make it your goal every day. Listen to it at least once all the way through until you can teach it as well as Nick has just taught it, and then we'll really be off to the races. That's it for me, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, buddy. Guys, one of the things I forgot to say in the beginning is now that I've got some mastery over this, we can now move towards videos and slides and stuff like that. It's impossible to do that stuff without getting some mastery. We're working on the legal, documents and also some promotional documents so that you have like access to 1 or 2 documents that have everything. We're working on the legal one, which takes a lot longer. It's like, the 30 PDF page PDF. But you should now assume that we will be working, with our marketing teams to get out the PowerPoints, the 1-pagers, the videos. That's all coming. It's all coming. In the meantime, we got this. Chop it up as you need it. But I'm gonna share with you. Most successful networkers I know, they're not out there teaching comp plans. They're just teaching behavior. Max Pro, Max Pro, Max Pro, Max Pro. Oh, wait. You're not going to go build a team? Go live, social media, build content, go live, build content, post, unbox. Oh, wait, you're not going to get customers? Well, you know what to do. Smile and dollar, get a store. So it's different strokes for different folks. Don't worry about memorizing this whole comp plan. This video is for people that are like, I have to know everything about the comp plan. And at least we got this part going. For now, I'm going to open this up to Q&A. Tito, I've seen the question about the how many ways. The answers I didn't know off the top of my head. That's why I didn't respond. Stace, you're welcome to count up the ways of how many. That's a question from Tito. Is how many ways do we pay now?
I think it's 7, but I'll count.
Well, yeah, because customer rewards is it's not a payment, but you could look at that as a way. Don't forget the promoter pack bonus. So that promoter pack bonus is a new one as well. So I think we're one, maybe 2 less and 2 more added. So it could be right back. Does anybody have any questions about like specific stuff in the plan? Again, I know it's hard to try and remember any of what I said without the documents. Big George, 100K a month, bro. We need 100 enrollees out of you. 100K a month to start. We need 100 enrollees out of you, partner. Here's something if we're good with questions, here's something I'm going to recommend to all of you. Go talk to people of influence. If you want to pop, think about this. We're going to go right in free invitation mode, upgrade mode, then the store opens. When the store opens, your 2x multiplier opportunity kicks in. When your 2x multiplier opportunity kicks in, because all of us got that opportunity. If you're if you're a pioneer, go check out the Pioneer perks so you understand how you got to do it. But everybody's got this shot at 2x the marketplace commissions. October 15th, November 15th, December 15th. Guys, by January 15th, they're still paying us 2x on our marketplace commissions. Do you want to walk into October 15th with 5 of you, 50 of you, 500 of you? Because you're not walking in there with 500 of you unless you've got 5 to 10 people that can lead 50 to 100 others. The only way you get to 500 is through multiplication. You need 5 to 10 people that can develop 50 to 100 pockets of other people. Otherwise, it's you plus 5. And it's you plus 5 if you recruit right now 5 people that don't have any influence. Well, Nick, that's not nice. What I'm saying is it's not, I'm not trying to be mean or nice. I'm just talking about math. If you bring 5 people who need us to develop them for 2 years, we will. We will coach them. We'll love on them. We'll pick them back up. We'll dust them off. We'll crock pot them. We'll grow them. But that's not going to help you for October 15th. That's going to help you in 2028. If you're trying to get paid January next year, you're like, I'm going to get paid. January next year is not that long from now, guys. 6 months from now, a half a year from today, you'll just be getting your final check of you'll just received your 2x multiplier check. You're either going to be paying off those credit cards from Christmas with like stroke gone, paid off with my 2x multiplier check because you went after people of influence now. Is going after people of influence easy? Nope. They're the busiest people, the hardest to get a hold of, the most questions, the best questions, the biggest pains in the ass. Are they worth it? Yes, 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 yes. Do you know how many calls me and Craig have? He's going to be our top producer. He's also the biggest pain in the ass in a good way. Like he's got the best questions, the best suggestions, the most intelligent conversation. That's the people you got to go after now. And then the ones who say no, here's how this works. You all know 100 people that got influence. You might not know them well. You might not have a friendship with them, but you know 100 of them with influence. You do. Go get rejected by 97 of them. Let 3 of them start running with you to go build a little team of 100. And then go back to the other 97 and say, told you so. But here's what happens. You call 3 of them with influence. They laugh at you. You get your little heart hurt. So you go call 3 of them who work at the ice cream shop that will follow you anywhere. And your 2x multiplier is 2x times $4. So you end up with $8. And all of those people of influence, they were right. Guys, I've never been accused of sugarcoating stuff. I'm not Willy Wonka. So I know my style is not for everybody. I know my delivery could be better, but I'm telling you the truth, even if my delivery is too direct or too harsh. I'm going to close out with this. Again, I'm being more aggressive because this is a comp plan call. 90 minutes in, if you're still here, you're ready to make money. It's completely okay if all you're here for is community, growth, development, and $500 a month. Don't let a rant that I just gave scare you away. We need you. We want you. We're built to have you. And maybe your year is 2030. And maybe you need 5 more years of working with us. So don't go anywhere. But I did want to say, here's what's going to take to launch this thing fast. So super grateful for all of you tonight. You hung in there for an hour and a half. Very heavy topic. And I'm looking forward to our next snapshot, which will be Saturday. And then our first strategy session for 3.0 on Monday, where we roll out the new invitation system. Thanks, everybody. Have a fabulous rest of your day, wherever you might be, whatever part of the world. Good night, everyone.